But congratulations, your leaders, your work starts now. I am probably the only person on this stage this entire week that can say with full confidence that I know exactly how you feel. I know all of the emotions because last year, this was my very first Beachbody event. I barely qualified for this event by the skin of my teeth. I was a brand new 2-star premier coach, and I knew nothing. All I knew was I didn't want to stay there. I was ranked about around 240 or so in the company, and then 12 months later, as you see me standing here, number 5 in the company, and 15-star diamond. I don't say that to say, oh, look at my accomplishments, look at this. What I say is, you guys sitting here, I am proof. I am the abolishment of your excuses. Everything that you say to yourself right now, well, I'm only 2-star, I'm only this, I'm only that. No! Some of you are actually way further than I was at this point in my business. So today, I'm going to take you through, we're going to get down and dirty, and I'm going to give you my secrets. I actually got a little nervous last night because I was like, wow, I'm telling everything that I do. But I would encourage you, as you listen to this, and as you listen to these nuggets, don't let it stress you out. Because I can tell you from first-hand experience, leaving this event, this might come as a surprise, I actually let it cripple me instead of inspire me in the beginning. So when I first got home from the event, I was like, okay, I'm great, I'm a leader, they have all these expectations, I'm going to be top 10, that's my goal, it's going to be amazing. And then I got home and I was alone in my office and I said, oh my God, I'm a leader. What if I'm not everything that they think I am? And what if I don't move forward? And they're talking to me about ATV points and PV and TV and CPs for the 140 and I got the ATV. I didn't know what the heck all those numbers meant. I'm not someone who can follow what Doug and Arnaud stood up here and talked about and implement that into my daily activities. That's just not me. So I hope that it provides you comfort when I tell you, I sat in my office and I said, okay, what is the one common theme that all of those presentations said? And it was Success Club. And don't roll your eyes and say, okay, we know, we hit Success Club. If you simply follow this wheel that I created, call it my success wheel. You're welcome. I made this and printed it out and slapped it in front of my desk. And I said, if I just do this wheel every single month, I concentrate on hitting Success Club myself, recruiting coaches, teaching them to hit Success Club, and then doing it all over again, that's all I have to do. How simple is that? If you already hit Success Club every single month, raise your hand. If you're going to hit Success Club every single month, from this point on, raise your hand. Every single hand should be raised. It is the key to your business. Things don't have to be crazy complicated. And I'm going to tell you something else that might surprise you. At this point in my business, 15-star diamond, top 10, I still spend 70% of my time every day, every month on my own business, and 30% of the time on my team. And this was the mistake that I was making when I came here to this event last year. I thought, okay, I'm a leader now, I'm a premier coach, I have these attributes, so my daily activities must change. Not true. Don't fall into that trap. Don't fall into management mode. Doom will come upon you. I'm sure that all of you can think of your team right now. You can think of your star diamonds, you can think of your diamonds, and in your head, you can think of that group of people from your coaches. Maybe you have 12, maybe you have about 30. You can think and identify at least 3 to 5 or 1 to 2, whatever your number is, of the people who are consistently hitting Success Club and have since they signed up. You can all think of that number, right? The trick, and what you're going to hear about in my whole presentation, is how to increase that number. How I do that publicly, how I do that privately, how I do it with my team, and how I teach them to do it with their teams. Because it's it's all about that bass, that bass. Seriously, it is. It can be that simple. So first, I'm not going to get into the fancy leadership stuff. I'm going to talk about what I believe is the most important part of my business every single month and the part that excites me the most. How many of you can say that this business has changed your life? Raise your hand. So you can say that the kindest thing your coach did for you was recruit you. So what I don't understand is why when we sign up, we feel guilty about recruiting. It feels almost like, I don't want to say that word because it feels icky. But if you do it in a kind, courageous, real, integrity-full way, it won't be. And it's the greatest gift you have to give to people. So at the beginning of every single month, without fail, no matter what rank I was, no matter what I was pushing for, I start with these 3 lists. And some of you may have heard me say this before, but I encourage you to listen with leaders' ears. Listen a second or third time and listen to how you can communicate this to the people on your team. The first list is my current challengers, because we all know, and most of you came from a challenge group. We all know that that is the best way and place to find the most engaged coaches, because they are already engaged in our best part of the business, which is fitness. So I make a list of them all, and I make a point to reach out to them twice during that challenge group, specifically about coaching, encouraging them. Not being weird, just being me. Hey girl, you're doing awesome. I think that you would make an awesome coach. You have no idea what that does for a person's confidence. We're like kindness givers, confidence givers. If you think about a traditional recruiter, they love giving out jobs because you're answering a solution for people. The second list is no's. So since I started coaching, and I'm not fancy, you guys, I specifically asked for this picture in the slides because that's a dry erase marker that I'm using to write my notebook with. I am not an Excel guru. I have the same notebook that I started coaching with that I still write in. And every single month I flip that page and I write an entire list of all the people who have said no to me since I started coaching. No one ever drops off that list. And yes, the same names get repeated. I have people that consistently say no, but do you know what? When I do my team calls on Tuesday nights, I can look on that Zoom call and see faces who have said no to me 6, 7, 8 times. And I'm sure you can think of people right now in your market who you're afraid to reach back out to. Don't keep their destiny trapped in your mouth. Number 3, my prospects. So this might be people who have liked some of my posts, people who I've gone out and found, people who are like me, friends of friends. And I work consistently from this list every single day and private message. A ton of people ask me all the time, do you still private message? Of course I do. I'm in a gold mine handing out treasure maps. I have to make that first step for these people. But while you're doing this privately, and this is so key, you have to back yourself up publicly, or else the private stuff won't work. What happens is when you send those messages to those people on that list, the first thing they do, and you know it's true because you did it, they go right to your social media page and they see if you're telling the truth. They see if you're living the lifestyle. So you guys make a decision right now that not just for you and your business, but for your team, that you agree every single day without fail. This is my 4th vital behavior. I drink my shake, I do my workout, I read my personal development, and I post 3 to 5 times every single darn day. And when I post 3 to 5 times per day, before I came to this event, it was about fitness, nutrition, working out, all of that kind of stuff. As soon as I left here, I said, I cannot not tell about this every single day. I post about Beachbody coaching every single day on my public social media in some way, shape, or form. Recently, every single post I do is sprinkling a little bit more about the business. And how do I do that? I kind of work from these 3 lists. I answer objections publicly. So I think about, okay, what objections have I gotten this week? And this post example is something that I get all the time, so I make it a point to post about it every single week. It's about people don't understand what a team is. It can be confusing. We have Team Beachbody, we have your team, you have their team. They don't understand it. And what can it be like to be on your team? So you need to be brave enough to itemize out for those people thinking about joining you and make it easy for them to say yes. So here I kind of explain, we're all different sizes, all different backgrounds, all different shapes. We're lawyers, doctors, teachers, mothers, husbands. This business doesn't play favorites. You have to be brave enough to be public about it. So I came up with this term for my team because we're all kind of familiar with the traditional model of sneak peeks, right? We're all familiar with you gain people that are interested, so you put them in a private group and then you privately share. But what if we use this tool, this social media tool, so publicly that it became the sneak peek? And as soon as I started doing this, sprinkling coaching in every single post, all of a sudden I wasn't getting objections. And you guys as leaders need to be the ones to do this first for your team to give them courage to do it too. We can talk to them till we're blue in the face about starting an opportunity call, about talking about the business behind the scenes, but if they aren't showcasing publicly that it's in their life, no one will want to join them. And this is the coolest part about posting publicly about the business. Have you guys ever looked at big time leaders and thought, oh my gosh, they just attract this person who wants to work. Nobody wants to do anything on my team. I can't even get anybody to hit Success Club. And you wonder, what are they doing? I'll tell you a secret. They're publicly forming people without those people knowing. What do I mean by that? So in this post, I say, there's a common misconception about me, that I just had it super easy, built my business on the fly. I got a message yesterday that said, how would we do it if we didn't have everything handed to us? And if there's one thing we know about Team Beachbody, we know it's not a quick fix. We know you have to work hard. So tell your market you're looking for people who want to work hard, and don't be afraid of it. That's how top coaches attract top coaches. They post about what they want. And it doesn't mean that you're excluding anyone, but it's that kind of thing where if you're talking to everyone, you're secretly talking to no one, right? So you need to be bold enough to tell people what you want. And I truly believe that if you're not bringing new people into your business every single month, you will stay stagnant. It's not just the best gift that we give, but it's how you move forward. So what do I do once I've attracted the number of coaches that I want into my business? Now in the beginning this looked very different. But I thought, if I'm attracting people that are just like me, then I'm attracting people who are also going to be overwhelmed by the process and overwhelmed by numbers. So when someone signs up with me, I think it is so important to get those coaches that first win. 80% of the coaches on my team who hit Success Club in the first 3 months never quit, no matter what happens. Success Club in the first 3 months for your coach is so important, and here's how you help them do it. So when someone signs up on my team, I send them a welcome email. It's not fancy. It has gotten more things over time. Initially, it was just a link. This is how you schedule a call with me. Some of you have heard of it, GSR calls, we call them welcome calls, whatever. And in the beginning, I would talk to them about their goals, their whys, what do they want for their families, what do they think about Beachbody, what they eat for breakfast. And I was getting away from the point. Now, I only talk about Success Club. Why do I talk about Success Club? I know that when a new coach hits Success Club, I've answered 3 of their problems. And I've done my job, what I promised them to help them succeed. I know that they are even for the cost of their challenge pack. I know that they are possibly profiting, and I know that they are feeling fulfilled from helping new people. And I know that they feel great about seeing their name on a recognition board. Who can remember the first time time they were on a leaderboard. I certainly can. So I talk about Success Club in the very first conversation. After I have this call with them, they are entered into my new coach training. I specifically run my new coach training like a challenge group on Facebook in a private group. And in the beginning, it was all about, these are the vital behaviors, this is what Engle means, this is what that means. Too much. The first 5 days are all about action items to get to Success Club. So this is my day number 2. On day number 2, I literally itemize out, I give them a Google document with 5 choices. Guys, this is gold, so if you're not writing it down. 5 templates of what to post for their coming out of the closet coach post. This is word for word what they can say in their first post on Facebook. And on this day, what I do is I start a little chat with everyone who's in the new coach training, and I say, hey, did you see assignment number 2? It's super important for your business, winky face. Well, what does that do? It tells them, hey, pay attention today, and I'm here for you. In that same post, what I do is include a Google document that answers every common objection and explains word for word what it's like to be in a challenge group. This way, they're not copy and pasting, they're making it their own, but they feel comforted. They feel like they have someone that has their back. They feel like they're being encouraged. You have to be that for your new coaches. They've also been added to my team page. And in my team page, everything is about Success Club. I truly believe that immersion is the best way to learn. When they get in there, they might not know what SC means, but they see it at the banner on the top. They see it every single Thursday. They also see it in my personally sponsored page every single Thursday. If we take kind of a clue from Team Beachbody, this epic example, what's the number one thing that they do for people who completed a challenge? They recognize them. They send them a t-shirt. I have people who want to do the challenges just because they get a free t-shirt. Recognition is so powerful. You may have coaches who say they're not recognition driven, but they are. Another thing that I do is I have coined this term, Success Club Pods, so it's copyrighted. But what I do is, with those new coaches who maybe have done their first post, or maybe they have a couple points on the board, but I know that they're not brave enough to ask a question in the team page, I will put them in little groups of people who are at their same level, and I'll put them in a private message with me and encourage them. Say, hey, I saw you had 1 point on the board. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't an accident, and I wanted to tell you that you're doing awesome, and if you did it once, you can do it again. And what I saw was, it took the pressure off of people. They didn't think, I better not ask this or post this because someone's going to think something of me. And oh, she's hearing this private message to answer it, now I can ask. Create a team-wide team cup. Why do we think team cup is so important? It promotes camaraderie, friends, it pushes you to a common goal, you help people. Take a clue from Team Beachbody. Create one in your own team. Offer incentives, but stay compliant. He was just out here, you heard it. It's not the sexiest part of our business to read the P&P, but as a good business owner, it is our job to know that. So sometimes what I'll do in those little Success Club pods is I'll say, hey guys, I'm doing a drawing for a personal development book on the 15th. If you get 3 more points by the 15th, your name will be entered twice, and everyone else's is entered once. That is exciting. Update your leaderboard for both your downline and your personally sponsored coaches. This is a super easy way to motivate people. We already have the reports. We already have the stuff. Now you need to commit that every single Thursday, you're updating that board and making a big old deal out of it. Make it a team effort. So when I got home from NLC last year, I mentioned that I was ranked around 240. And then the next month, I jumped to number 40 and then to number 10. In that month, I did this. I updated the leaderboard when I got home, and I added all the points together, and I said, guys, we have 700 points on our team right now. That is incredible. That's 350 lives that we've changed so far. It was like the 20th or something. I have a goal for us that we're going to get to a total of 1,500 points in the next 10 days total. And we're going to help that many more people. 750? I don't know if that math's right. It rallied everyone. The reason we're involved in this business is to help people and be a team. And we hit that goal and then some. This is another key. Don't only identify top leaders. So in my business, I mentioned I work by 70-30. So typically the first 15 days of my month are focused primarily on me. On day 15, I run that report. And my eyes go directly to the people who are 1 to 4 points. I know the people who hit Success Club are good. I recognize them, they've got it in the bag, now they have the fire to do it again. Where your focus should be going is the people who need 3 to 4 more points. Reach out in that pod and say, hey guys, you're awesome. You did it once, now let's do it 2 more times and you get a call with Carl. Make that effort with the leaders who are not there yet. That's where your attention should be going. And it's so funny, the word leadership. I used to let it really stress me out because I don't know if some of you know my story, but basically nothing about me said leader. But I'm going to tell you a secret about leadership, is that we don't know what we're doing either. Leadership simply means you are brave enough and courageous enough to go first for your team. To make mistakes first so that they don't have to make them. To tell them right from wrong even when you don't know it first yourself. To figure it out. Wouldn't it be weird if I was standing up here telling you the importance of Success Club and I wasn't at Success Club? Coaches will do what you do, not what you say. When I look at the top leaders in the company, it's not what they say, it's the example they make. It's my leader hit double 15 star, so can I. It's making it possible for them. So don't stress yourself out thinking that you need to know everything or be something different to be a leader because you already are by making the sacrifices to be here, and now you just have to do the work. Include yourself on the leaderboards. And if that makes you nervous because you're somebody who waits till the last minute to hit Success Club, I see you. Hit Success Club first in the first 5 days of the month and then proudly put your name up there and say, this is what you should be doing. Don't ever expect more from your coaches than what you do because it won't work. Consistently during my day, I always ask myself, if my coach was doing what I'm doing right now, would they be successful and would that make me happy? Because there's a lot of shiny objects in this business and it can sometimes be like, bird, squirrel, oh my gosh, Facebook, scrolling. It is our job now, as leaders with these titles, to not do that and to be that example. So ask yourself that question all day long, but also ask, am I being the kind of coach I wish I had? Am I adding value, making things simple? Am I talking with confidence? Or am I showing my coaches that I'm afraid to do a coaching opportunity call? So then that translates to them and makes them afraid. This crazy, cool, weird, awkward thing happens when you start to build a team. They're all just like you. The things that you're afraid of, they're afraid of. The things that you love, they love. So remember that. And one of the most epic things that I learned last year here is stop following other top coaches. I love you guys. I love top coaches. But everyone in here is different, and that's your greatest asset. Don't become someone who constantly compares or does the same thing as someone else because that's what you think you have to do. If I could leave you guys with 3 little nuggets, 3 little things today, it would be number 1, guys, this is simple. I'm just a girl who took the information from last year and actually freaking did it. You cannot do. I hate the phrase aha moment. Nothing grinds my gears more than when I get off a team call and my coaches say, oh my gosh, I had an aha moment, and then nothing happens. Only action moments count in this business. It is not a quick fix. It is not you get to these events and then all of a sudden you get everything you dream of. It is hard work, but it's simple. So take one action item when you go home and add it in. And if it doesn't work, don't stress out. Add a different one. And then this is on here twice for a reason. Blinders on, you guys. I'm sure at some point during this weekend, you were talking to someone or you looked at someone sitting next to you and you said, oh, I wish I recruited like her. I wish I ran challenge groups like her. Or I wish I looked like her. You're only your own worst enemy when you do that to yourselves. I want success for all of you, but you can't be successful if you're comparing yourself to the leader next to you. Thank you guys so much.